of identification and proof you're here legally as a citizen before you can vote. I mean, you can go to any of these campuses. We got all kind of foreign students that are here now that are apparently, from my understanding, are registering to vote, and which is illegal. And so I don't want anybody voting, period, in our elections or change an election because they can't show proof of citizenship that they're here in this country legally.
Well, I guess the problem for me is you're sort of assuming the negative for everybody. Everybody's going to have to offer this proof, and we're going to have to change the forms that we currently have that you can easily mail in, and obviously to send in a copy of your driver's license and some sort of birth certificate or passport. I mean, it's complicating the paperwork process, it sounds like, quite a bit for we don't really have any hard, concrete facts in front of us as to what kind of a problem we're even facing in Tennessee, if we are at all.
Well, we have faced problems here in Tennessee, as you well know, in the college and university.
I'm actually asking.
Actually, they've actually gone to the Criminal Justice Center in Memphis, where I work, Shelby County Corrections, and registered inmates without any proof of citizenship or identification in Shelby County. And I was there when they came out there, so I can tell you they're doing that in the systems now, in the prison systems, and especially in the university campuses. If they're not getting just getting identification, anybody can go have identification printed up, as you well know, for anything now, to show that you live here or whatever. A little bit harder on showing citizenship documentation. So, yeah, the Constitution says one vote, one man per person, and that's the U.S. Constitution. So I think that any time that you go and violate that, whether it's 10 people, one person, whatever, then you violate the state Constitution and the U.S. Constitution. So
I haven't advocated violating the Constitution.
I'm just
but the question is we're taking a real simple system that tries to get as many people registered as possible, and we're complicating it for a perceived problem that I haven't seen any factual proof of at this committee meeting, and I'm curious how it's going to change the registration process going forward from a ease of use for the voters, the new voter standpoint. Most of, all of whom I assume, the box says, "Are you a U.S. citizen or not?" U.S. citizens are not supposed to be checking that box. If you're not a citizen, you shouldn't be checking that box. And we're inconveniencing an awful lot of people for some perceived problem that I don't see any documentation on.
Well, it can be, in your opinion, Mr. Chairman, a perceived problem. I think we should have been doing this all along in Tennessee with having proper identification and showing that you're here legally. I will get you the information with regards to the folks who were up here in Davidson County voting illegal. But it's happening all across our country. Look at Minnesota and some of the other states. So, just because it may be a perception.
We could roll this for a couple of weeks maybe to get that documentation, give the chairman a chance to bring us some information about the size and scope of the problem that is before us. I'd just make that request.
Mr. Chairman, I'd be more than happy if you're not trying to delay the vote on the bill. So
it'd actually be good to vote right now, I think.
Hey, you voted up or down. What you want to do, Mr. Chairman? I'm at the will of the